In this tutorial, we will discuss about the continuous and discontinuous conduction mode of buck converter. Okay, what is the circuit diagram of buck converter? We have a supply voltage Vs, and this is your switch, say S, and a free wheel diode is connected, and here is the inductor. This is the capacitor, and suppose this is the R load, and load current is I naught. This current is IL, this capacitor current is IC, and voltage across this inductor is VL. Okay, and voltage across the load is V naught. Okay, now for this switch is in on condition. On condition, what would be the circuit diagram? See, the free wheel, that when the current is flowing through this, okay, we can consider that the free wheel diode is in reverse bias, because in this direction though no current will flow. Okay, so the free wheel diode can be considered as open circuit. So the circuit diagram will be the voltage source, this is the switch which is closed, and this is the inductor, this is R, this is I naught, this is V naught, this is VL, and you can consider this C as well, and this is IC, and this is IL. Okay, now if we apply KVL, we have Vs equals to VL plus V naught. Okay, so VL is equals to Vs minus V naught. Okay, and IC, what is IC? IC is equals to this IL minus I0, IL minus I0. And for off condition, what we have, we don't have this source, and this inductor will discharge. So the the current for the inductor uh, is flowing through the free wheel diode, and this free wheel diode will behaves like a short circuit. So this is the short circuit path, this is inductor, this is R, and you can consider this C as well. It is IC, this is I naught, this is V naught, this is VL, and this is the IL. Okay, now what will be VL plus V naught is equals to 0, so VL is equals to V naught, and here also IC is equals to IL minus I naught. Okay, now if I draw the mm, okay, I need to erase this part. I'm just, this is for on condition and this is for off condition, right? Now suppose this is my switching, and this is when the switch S is on, this is T on, and again this is T on, and in this time this is T off, and this is your switching time capital T. Okay, now if I plot the V naught here, V naught, we have for on condition, say this is your on condition and this is your off condition. What we have VL equals to V, okay, I plot VL here, VL equals to Vs minus V0. So it can be considered as this much, this is Vs minus V naught, and for T of VL equals to minus V naught. So this can be considered as like this is minus V naught. Okay, now if I want to plot the IL, the current flowing through the inductor, what we have in the on condition, our inductor will uh, uh, in on condition our inductor will charge to, suppose this is IL max, IL max, and for in off condition, when the current flowing through the free wheel diode, the inductor current is discharged like this, and this is and, and so on. Okay, so and this is the IL minimum value. Okay, now if this is in continuous conduction mode, and this is the linear uh, plot of IL, we can consider the average value is somewhere around that this point, and this is equals to IL average. Okay, now the ripple current of across inductor, ripple current flowing through the inductor. Now I can erase this part. Okay, first take this uh, for VL. We first we consider the voltage second balance. Voltage second balance. Okay, voltage second balance means voltage into time is equals to constant. So we have for T1 we have voltage Vs minus V naught, Vs minus V naught into T on plus, and this is the voltage at T off time. So this will be minus V naught, this is minus V naught into T off, and that is equals to 0, and it can be written as Vs minus V naught into T on minus V naught. T off means capital T minus T on. Okay, this is capital T minus T on, and that is equals to 0. And if I calculate it will be Vs T on minus V naught T on minus V naught capital T plus V T on, V naught T on equals to 0, and we can cancel this, and we have V naught is equals to T on divided by T into Vs, and T on by capital T you can write it as D Vs. Okay, D is called duty ratio, and this T1 is always less than capital T, so this must be less than equals to 1 and greater than equals to 0. T1 can be T. Okay, for all the time the switch is on condition, then T1 equals to T. Okay, the duty cycle range is from 0 to 1. Now if I do like this ampere second balance, what we have okay, in on condition IC is equals to, we can remember that IL minus I0, and for off condition also same. Okay, so IL minus I naught into T on plus IL minus I naught into T off is equals to 0. Okay, now from this we can conclude that IL equals to I naught. Okay, now so the I average is actually equals to I naught. Okay, now I want to calculate the ripple for the inductor current IL. Now we can see that the current of through the inductor will vary from IL min to IL max. So this delta IL is equals to IL max minus IL min is called the ripple current. The ripple current flowing through the inductor. Okay, Now IL, what is IL max? IL max, you can see from this figure that uh, IL average, okay, IL average can be written as IL as well. IL actually the um, uh, total means this total difference, current difference divided by 2. Okay, so this can be written as IL plus this IL plus this total difference, that is equals to delta IL by 2, and IL minimum is like this: IL minus of delta IL by 2. Okay, now you can write IL equals to I naught as well. Okay, in case of IL equal to I naught, the IC is very small. Okay, now say VL in on condition, VL equals to Vs minus V naught, we know that, and VL can be written as, for on condition, LD VL sorry VI on divided by DT on is equals to Vs minus V naught, and say this is L, and Di on condition, this is the actual difference. So difference is delta IL divided by, for DT on means DT, what we have DT, because T on is equals to DT, right? Now this is equals to Vs minus V naught. Okay, now this IL can be written as D. Okay, now V naught, this V naught can be written as D of Vs. Okay, so this will be 1 minus D of Vs. So this can be written as D 1 minus D into Vs divided by L into T. Now this T can be written as 1 by F, the switching frequency F. So this is the expression for the current ripple across the inductor. Now if I want to obtain the voltage ripple across this capacitor, what we have, for this I have to draw the capacitor current first. Okay, if I draw here capacitor current, if this is your capacitor current is actually IL minus I0. Okay, now IL, this is IL, and minus I naught will be from the, if this is from, this will be your IC, and this value is equals to delta IL divided by 2, and this value is minus delta IL by 2. Now when I consider IL equals to I0, we consider that IC is equals to 0. So if IC is not equals to 0, this will be equals to 0, and for that if this is your IC, this is your whole the whole inductor current is flowing through the capacitor, then this will be your IC, and the inductor current will be, and this total load current will be 0. So this IC is equals to from plus delta IL divided by 2 to minus delta IL divided by 2, right? Now from this I can get the voltage ripple across the capacitor. So we can write it as, we know that Q equals to CVC. Okay, so delta Q is equal to delta C delta Vc, and delta Vc is equals to delta Q divided by C. Okay, now For IC greater than 0, that means the capacitor is in charging condition, and for this is for charging, and IC less than 0, this is for discharging the capacitor. Okay, now for we consider that for charging condition, what will be the charge stored into the in the capacitor? The area across this this is actually, if this is T, this is actually capital T by 2. Okay, so this, what is the area? Del Q is the area in on condition, in means charging condition of the capacitor, not on condition, with the charging condition of the capacitor. So this will be half of into delta IL by 2. Okay, half into delta, maximum value is delta IL by 2, means the perpendicular distance is delta IL by 2, and for this is for time t, this is a base, so this is t by 2. So this will be delta IL divided by 8f. We can write t as 1 by f. Okay, so from this equation, what we have, delta Vc is equals to delta IL divided by 8fc. Okay, now IL, we know that, we have derived the equation for IL. This is d into 1 minus d Vs divided by Fl. So we have one more f, so f square, this Lc into 8, right? So this is the expression for the ripple voltage across the capacitor. Now the question is, what is the maximum voltage of maximum value of ripple voltage? So we have to just derivative it. We have to derive the derivative. So d of delta Vc divided by dt is equals to 0. If I do the derivative, what we have, 8 f square Lc, we have 1 minus twice d minus uh, d 1 minus d Vs into 0 equals to 0. So 1 minus twice d is equals to 0 and d equals to half. So when the duty cycle is half, we will get the maximum value of ripple voltage across this capacitor. Okay, so what will be the voltage, maximum ripple voltage? So we have to put, so delta Vc max will be, if I put d and d equals to half here, what we got Vs divided by 32 f square Lc. So this is the maximum voltage ripple across the capacitor D. And if I just want to obtain the maximum value of inductor current, what we have to put d equals to half, then we will get Vs divided by 4fl. These two equations are very important. Okay, now I want to calculate the critical inductor and critical capacitor. This inductor, and what is the minimum value of inductor and capacitor. Okay, now for this I need to erase this part. Now what is the plot of IL? IL, for say this is T on condition, this is T off condition, this is T on and this is T off, and the whole time equals to 1 by f. This is the T, and this can be written as dt as well. And what is the inductor current? This is the inductor current plot like this. Okay, now what is critical inductor? Critical, if I decrease the inductor value, if I decrease the inductor value, the inductor current will also decrease. So this will be like this, like this. Okay, now say suppose we decrease the inductor for certain inductor value LCR, and that is equals to critical, and what we have, the inductor current is, it can be from here to here, from 0 to maximum, again it comes to 0 and attain maximum. If we further decrease the inductor value, what we have, we will lose the continuous conduction. We will made some discontinuous conduction. We will get some discontinuous conduction mode. Suppose this is the value of inductor current, and before the completion of T off, we will have the inductor current is 0. Okay, so before the discontinuous conduction mode, what we have, the value of the inductor is called the critical inductor. Okay, now we have to obtain the value of critical inductor. Okay, we can erase this part. So what we have, IL minimum is equals to 0, and IL max is equals to actually delta IL. Okay, so now IL minimum means, IL minimum is IL minus delta IL divided by 2, we know that. Now, and this IL is actually equals to I naught, and that is equals to delta IL divided by 2, and if I put the value of delta IL, we have D1 minus D into Vs divided by 2 into, okay, 2 F L, here L is equals to C LCR. Okay, now what is V naught? V naught is actually V naught is actually sorry, I naught is actually V naught by R. So V naught by R, and V naught is what is V naught? V naught is D of Vs divided by R. Okay, now we can cancel this Vs and D here, and we will have LCR is equals to R into 1 minus D divided by twice F. So this is the value of critical inductor. Okay, now this is very important, and if I want to obtain the value of critical capacitor, here also delta Vc minimum is equals to 0, and this is Vc minus delta Vc divided by 2 equals to 0, and Vc is actually V naught. V naught is equals to delta Vc divided by 2, and that is equals to, if I put the value of delta Vc, what we have, D into 1 minus D into Vs divided by what we have, we have 8 F square LC into 2 means 16. Okay, now this V naught is actually dVs, so we can cancel this too, and we have this CR as well, and we have LCR as in the same time. So we have CR is equals to 1 minus D divided by 16 F square LCR, right? Now if I put the value of LCR, what we have, if I put the value of LCR here, we have twice F divided by R into 1 minus D, and if I cancel it, 8, we have the value 1 by 8 F R. So this is the value of critical capacitor. Now all we discuss all we have discussed up to this is for continuous conduction mode. Now if I the draw the plot for discontinuous conduction mode, as I already discussed, after say L less than LCR, what we have, we get the inductor current in discontinuous mode. Okay, now if this is your T on and this is your T off, this is T on, this is T off, and if this is IL and this is your discontinuous conduction mode. Okay, so before the capital T, we get the IL equals to 0. Suppose this is actually capital DT, and say this is BT, beta T. Okay, this value is beta T, and this is equals to T. Okay, now what is beta? Beta must be less than 1. It is known. Now if I do the voltage second balance again, we have Vs minus V naught into T on plus minus of V naught into T off. This is known equation. Now Vs minus V naught into T on is your dt minus V naught. Here actually T off is not means not T minus T on. Here T is beta T. So beta T minus T on means dt is equals to 0. Okay, now if I get the solution, we have V naught is equals to dVs divided by beta. Okay, now for continuous conduction mode, what we have, this is for discontinuous and this is continuous conduction mode, we have dVs, and here beta less than 1. So if beta less than 1, the value of output voltage for discontinuous conduction mode is always greater than continuous conduction mode. So this is very important. And this IL max is actually delta IL. Okay, so I finish here. This is the discontinuous conduction mode, the overview of discontinuous conduction mode. Thank you.